Ankit. I am an accountant and a mortgage broker. I've been here for 19-20 years. Just, what do I want to learn? Bhagavad Gita essentially, about myself. That's what I want to learn. I went to the temple, and I met him, and that's how I got to know about this program.
Thank you, Prabhu. Shweta Mataji, would you like to?
I'm Shweta and I'm a homeopath. I came to Melbourne last year only and मेरे को मंदिर में ही ओजस्वी प्रभु जी से मुलाकात हुई थी तो पता चला and भगवद गीता का मेरे को शुरू से ही इंटरेस्ट था जानने का तो we thought कि फ्राइडे को यहाँ आके कुछ जानने को मिलेगा और
Thank you Shweta Mataji. Thank you Ankit Prabhu.
क्या आप प्रैक्टिस करते हैं क्या होम्योपैथी?
हाँ
प्रैक्टिस ही करते हो परफॉर्म भी करते हो प्रैक्टिसिंग डॉक्टर्स प्रैक्टिसिंग लॉयर तो परफॉर्म कब करोगे माता जी at the back would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, my name is Nitya. I'm a homemaker. I came for 6 years back. 2018 we were in St. Kilda, so we used to do Hare Krishna temple.
Okay.
Yeah, now we moved in Glen Country. So my husband got a Jayate Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yeah, so he sent the link today with kids. We are looking for him.
For kids classes.
Bhagavad classes, yeah.
So we have kids classes happening in the back. Rajesh Prabhu, if you can just take the kids back.
Oh, okay.
So kids can go at the back. We have kids classes happening in parallel. So kids can go. Unless they want to sit over here, that's fine.
Thank you.
So please welcome Nitya Mataji, Ankit Prabhu and Shweta Mataji in a traditional way by saying Haribol! 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 Thank you so much for coming. So I met Shweta Mataji in the temple and she said, I'm a homeopathic doctor and I want to offer my services for devotees. Look at the mood of people which Krishna sends. बोलते कि मुझे भक्तों की सेवा करनी है. How can I serve? This was the first question when we met. So that was so inspiring. And Nitya Mataji, the person who sent you over here, Jaidev Prabhu, this devotee which she is talking about, some of you may know him. He has been coming to temple for last 12 years, every day morning for Mangala Aarti at 4:15 a.m. from Deer Park. So he drives half an hour. He comes to the temple every day and he said, I have someone, can you please allow them to come to your Bhakti Vriksha? I said, my Bhakti Vriksha is full. We are not allowing any more people. But said, you have to allow. I said, I cannot say no to you. So you're very special because he referred you because we have been going, this program is going for last 9 months. So we have usually, there's a cutoff, but Jaidev Prabhu, no, I can't refuse him. He's very, very dear to me. Very, very dear. Can you imagine someone coming for last 12 years, 12 saal se 7 days a week, from at 4:15, 4:20 a.m. He's there every day at the temple. Not a single day, unless he is not in the country, he misses, or it's every day he's there. I'm talking to the person who I sit next to. I always sit next to a person, right? आप मंदिर में देखा होगा ना मंगला में मैं हमेशा एक किसी के बाजू में बैठता हूँ मैं उन्हीं के बाजू में बैठता हूँ हमेशा It's very very dear to me. Thank you. So let's do a very very quick recap of what we have been discussing. Who needs to do a recap, Pitansh? We want to look at you. Prabhuji? All right. So let's do a very very quick recap so that new people who have come here for the first time and Divya Mataji who is coming after 2-3 weeks. Very sorry. My bad. Okay, so I'll request Prabhuji to recap first. Who would like to go first?
Prabhuji from back.
From back. From back. All right. Saurabh Prabhu can go first because he just came now.
Yes. Just give me
What have we been discussing? Features, Patapat. Vikram Prabhu, while Saurabh Prabhu is settling down. What did we discuss in the last? Yes. Okay. Ready? Yes.
Spiritual life is the management of the desires which we have.
Okay. Spiritual life is life of desire management. How we manage our desires determine how we are living our life. So spiritual life is a life of desire management. We go to school to learn health management, wealth management, career management, but nobody has ever taught us desire management. And Bhagavad Gita teaches us desire management. इच्छाएं कैसी होनी चाहिए जीवन में, वो कोई सिखाता नहीं है. And हम पूरी जिंदगी we run after fulfilling our desires. Yes or no? Yes. Thank you. Mataji, you okay with Hindi or no? Yeah, no Hindi at all? Absolutely. Okay. I have to be very mindful. Okay. Thank you. All right. What else?
We spoke about chanting. Sorry.
Yes. Who's next?
Life of a devotee is determination, discipline, and devotion.
A devotee's life is about discipline, determination, and devotion. So there are two types of pain: pain of discipline or pain of regret. There are two types of pain in the life. Pain of discipline. Getting up early in the morning, is it easy or tough? Be honest. It's tough. But getting up in the morning and giving Krishna priority, that is pain of discipline. And what is the pain of regret? At the end of life, you realize that I have wasted my rare human form of life just engaging in eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Ahara nidra bhai mein tumcha. Puri zindagi, the whole life, what have you done? Eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. And guess what? After 3 generations, people will not even know you. After 3 generations, we don't even care for people. Do we know what our great grandfather ever did for us? Yes or no?
No.
Where are they now? Don't know. So 3 generations after that, people don't even care for us. And we are going to be in that very, very soon. Thank you. What else?
It's about the karma yoga.
Karma yoga. Yes, what did we discuss?
We did the last two weeks ago. We done that chapter 3 in the middle. That 3.17 it says karma yoga. Arjun was asking if you think intelligence is better than the fruity work.
Okay. So Krishna, Arjun has just started inquiring in 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So by the way, for people who are new, we are doing the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we completed the first 2 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And Arjun is asking to Lord Krishna, what is better? Shall I fight or shall I give up everything? And Krishna is inspiring Arjun to fight, to do karma. And that's what Raji Prabhu is mentioning. It is better to use intelligence in the service of mind, and mind should be in the service of senses, so that we can perform our duties in the right way. Thank you. What else did we discuss?
Because about the importance of wood that's floating
Oh,
in
yes.
water in comparison to rain.
Okay. A wooden log, a log of wood which is 100 kilos, can that float in the water? Yes or no?
Yes.
Loudly.
Yes.
Yes. But a iron ring which is say 50 grams, if you put an iron ring in the water, will it float? No. But if that iron ring somehow or another gets connected to the wooden log, will the iron ring float? Yes. Similarly, we cannot do bhakti independently. It is very difficult to do anything independently. It requires a lot of determination, motivation. But when we clinch to something higher, that is association of devotees, then we can do bhakti very, very easily. So that is the reason this movement is called Sankirtan movement. Sankirtan movement means in association of devotees. Sang vaisa rang. If we are not with the right devotees, with the right people in life, we cannot do bhakti. That's for sure. Thank you, Vikram Prabhu. Yes, Kumaran Prabhu, you were saying something.
We should be aware of what we are doing,
Okay, what does it mean?
and once we are self-aware, that will take us to acceptance, and then from there that will lead to aspirations.
Okay, so we spoke about 3 A's: awareness, acceptance, and aspiration. Our awareness is the consciousness of the mind which we have currently. What is going in our mind is the awareness. Once we understand what is going in our mind, we have to accept it or reject it. And when we accept the right thing, based on sadhus and shastras, we should aspire for something higher in life. So the question is, what are we aspiring in life? It's a question. What are we aspiring in life? Is it just some material things which we are going to leave behind? Is that our aspiration in life? Or do we want something eternal for ourselves? That is an aspiration. That's a very deep question. And to be honest and not be hypocrite is the foundation of spirituality. To be honest to yourself and not to be hypocrite is the foundation of spirituality.
Aspiration is aspiring Harinam.
Aspiration is, okay, it's Harinam, yes, very good. If that is a real aspiration, then nothing like it. Right? But what are we deeply aspiring for? Where's Dilip Prabhu?
He's gone somewhere, he will come.
Okay.
Maybe in an hour.
Okay. So what are we deeply aspiring for, devotees? Think about it. We don't think about all these things in a normal life. What is the deep aspiration we have in our life? Name, fame, glory, never ending story.
Same old.
Change kar diya. Name, fame, story, same old story. Is that what our aspiration is? Name, fame, glory, never ending story. This is all what we want. Actually, deep in our heart, see, what do we want? What do we want? Name, fame, glory. Same old story. Yes or no? Be honest. Don't be hypocrite. Like, यही चाहिए ना हमें जीवन में क्या चाहिए? नाम चाहिए. We need aspirations. Peace कब मिलेगा? कब? जब मुझे कब peace मिलेगा? When someone accepts me. 4 A's. We spoke about the 4 A's. Who remembers the 4 A's? We spoke about. Oh, we spoke.
Accept.
Yes.
Accept. Approach the right doctor.
No. So we spoke about the 4 A's in my CC reading class, which I do every day morning. What do we need in life? We need acceptance. We need acknowledgement. We need appreciation. And we need attention. Yes or no?
Yes.
Please be honest. What is anybody over here who doesn't need this one of the 4 A's? We need attention in life. We need appreciation in life. We need acknowledgement in life. And what is the 4th A I mentioned?
Attention.
Attention in life. अगर ये 4 में से एक भी चीज नहीं मिलेगा ना, दिल ऊपर नीचे हो जाता है. Yes or no? Yes. If someone doesn't give you attention, it's fine. Krishna will say tathastu, and you will be suffering. Be very. He will say tathastu. If you don't need attention, he will say tathastu. Because not a lot of people come to him.
Talking of people.
Huh?
Talking of people, not the
yourself.
supreme, not the supreme.
You can cheat me, I can cheat you. We cannot cheat Krishna. Yes or no? You can't cheat Krishna. Krishna knows right in the heart. What else did we discuss? 2 more minutes.
Religion without philosophy is sentiment. While philosophy without religion is mental speculation.
Religion without philosophy is sentiment. And philosophy without religion is mental speculation. Prabhupada writes this in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, sorry, Prabhupada. Just throw a bit more light on it. Like religion, we're not talking about Hinduism, we're talking about
Sanatan Dharma. So when we speak about religion, we are talking about Sanatan Dharma. But typically, people who are fanatic about religion on a bodily platform, just while we were coming, my son was saying that few years ago in Victoria, if you're a Sikh, turban, they were not allowed to be a police. Why? Because they had turban. So that is a religion on a bodily platform. Right? We are not this body is the first thing which we come to understand in spiritual life. We are not this body. We are not Indian. We are not American. We are not Australian. We are not Hindus. We are not Punjabis. Sorry to say this. A lot of people here, Punjabis, happy berries. We are a spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. Mamai Vamsa, Jiva Lokha, Jiva Bhuta, Sanatana. Eternally we are part and parcel of Krishna. Aham Bija Pratapita, 14th chapter, 4th verse. Aham Bija Pratap. Pita. He's saying, I am the seed-giving father of every living entity. Every living entity. What else? One last thing, then we'll stop.
Prabhu, I have something from the Maharaj class.
Which Maharaj?
We went.
Oh yes, last week. Yes, I missed the whole class.
No. So he said we all want Anand, and the source of Anand is love, and the most lovable object is body, and the most biggest fear is we'll be kicked out of the body.
Most
biggest fear is we'll be kicked out of the body.
That is the biggest fear. And the biggest fear gives us the most pain. The body gives the most pain. Yes or no?
Yes.
And actually Mata can relate to it. How are you, Mataji? Is she okay? Unfortunately, she met with an... Kya ho gaya?
It's a short fracture.
Oh.
That's all right. I'm not in that fracture. It's okay.
Hare Krishna.
So body gives the most pain. We accept it or not. And if you start accepting it, better. If not, just wait for old age to kick in. You'll understand what the body gives. Am I right? Above 50, I'm touching. Alright, any spiritual realization or improvements in anybody's life which they would like to discuss and inspire all of us? Anybody has done something? Yes, Kumaran Prabhu.
Two things to share, Prabhuji. The first thing is I've been doing a simple bhoga in the morning of nuts. Every morning, only after eat I go out of the house. So that's I've been doing for the last 3 months.
So you're offering bhoga to Krishna. Very good. Very good.
And the second one is this Monday I had service in the temple. And so the main person whom I report to wasn't there, so I was responsible for doing it.
Yes.
And so I was just thinking how I was going to do it because there was not many people available, and plus it's going to take a long time. And I've got back problems as well, so I thought how will I manage? And then I remembered one of your in lectures you mentioned that you can depend on Krishna, and then he will guide you. I said, Krishna, I'm going to depend on you. Okay, whatever happens, we'll see. And then on that day, Abhishek Prabhu was available, so he was there to help. And there was another Prabhu who came to help as well. And I worked around double the time I normally do, and I didn't even get one little pain in my back at all.
Jai. Jai, give a round of applause. The Prabhu is offering bhoga to Krishna every day. Krishna is a person. Krishna is a person. The more we deal with Krishna as a person, Krishna will reciprocate as a person. The more we think is just something very far off, and he will say, "Tu tere kaam mein, to main mere dham mein. Tu tere kaam mein, to main mere dham mein. Tu mere naam mein, to main tere kaam mein." So the more we relate to Krishna as a person, as a part of the family, the center of the family, the more Krishna reciprocates directly. I said this many times. Krishna consciousness is not a process of faith only. Krishna consciousness is not a process of belief only. Krishna consciousness is a process of experience. So when we hear people like Kumaran Prabhu who has immense pain in the back, in spite of immense pain on the back, when he started doing service, he was fine. How does that happen? How does it happen? Think about it. Thank you. That's very inspiring. Anybody else? We need inspiration from all of us. I can see Dolly Mataji and Harsh Prabhu putting tilak. That is very, very inspiring.
I just want to share my experience. I
Yes.
walk in the evening, not every day, but quite often, and almost 50 minutes, 1 hour. And
You walk every day?
Not every day, but at least 2-3 times a
Okay.
week. Recently, sometimes we get a long break. And I'm a news junkie. I put on news headphone and I just 1 hour I start news. Recently, I started put on this same video for the 4th round one, and I just keep
Walking
saying
and chanting.
walking, and so in 1 round I do 6 rounds, and 1 round my walk.
Right.
So I try to increase my walking so I can do more chanting because I don't get tired. So
That's
just another way
very
of utilizing my time.
Thank you. Very nice. Everybody has 24 hours a day, whether you're a devotee or a demon. Everybody has 24 hours a day. How are we using this 24 hours? Everybody gets the same time. But how much time are we spending for Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam? That is important. That is all what comes with us. I was talking to Vikram Prabhu. He says, I'm listening 2, 3, 4 hours a day, lectures. Am I right, Vikram Prabhu? You were. Every day, I can tell you about myself. The moment I get up out of the bed, my YouTube starts. And I listen and listen. Every time I have 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 2 minutes, lectures. Lecture band nahi hona chahiye. Lecture a day keeps Maya away. They say apple a day keeps doctor away. Lecture a day keeps Maya away. We should listen at least one lecture a day. Prabhupada lectures are so powerful. 20 minutes, 30-minute lecture. If you listen to one lecture of Prabhupada, that will give you the rest of the day to think about something higher in life. Anybody else?
Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Amit Prabhu, Neha Mataji, Sapan Prabhu, Ankur me, and Meenakshi Mataji, Nidhi Mataji, हम सबको कुछ बोलना है. चिन्मय प्रभु जी और सब
बोलो बोलो ना पढ़ो
हमको याद है.
So sweet.
लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर.
13 or 13? 3.13. 3.9. Okay. Jai. Jai. Amit Prabhu ki jai. All devotees, please give a round of applause. Very nice. Shloka. Where is Jyoti Mataji? She was saying last time. Shlokas is purifying.
I had a question
Yes.
besides this. We are doing chanting, listening to lectures, puja, bhoga, everything. But then, I keep on reading the story of cobbler and Brahman and Narad Muni.
The needle.
Yeah, the needle to the elephant one. And I keep thinking कि वो वाला trust कैसे आएगा? मतलब it's difficult. Even if you do lot of chanting and everything, I think like that understanding will take us to Godhead, or when you die and you take the word of Lord, that's when you go back to God. It's just like a little confusing. It's the understanding of Krishna, or is it? I'm confused. Sorry,
Okay.
I was not actually asking this question, but.
Okay. How many of you know the story of the cobbler and the? Okay, the cobbler and Brahman, right? So there's a wonderful story where the Brahman and the cobbler both have been thinking about Krishna. When Narad, I'll just cut it short to the chase, right? So when Narad Muni was going to Vaikuntha, the cobbler is asking, where are you going? And he's saying, Narad Muni is saying, I'm going to Vaikuntha. The cobbler says when you go to meet Lord Narayan, can you do me a favor and ask him when can I come back to God? He said, okay. Then he goes ahead, he meets a Brahmana, Narad Muni, and the Brahman is asking the same question, where are you going? He said, I'm going to Vaikuntha. Can you ask Lord Narayan that when will I come back? So Narad Muni goes, asks the question, and he's finally, Lord Narayan says, tell the Brahmana, it will take him many, many lifetimes to come back. And tell the cobbler, he will come back to me in this lifetime.
He's happy because of God is listening to him.
No.
I think so.
So when the Narad Muni comes back, Brahmana is asking, did you ask the question? Narad Muni says, yes. What did my Lord answer? He said, the Lord said, it will take you many, many, many lifetimes to come back to me. And then the cobbler said, the Brahmana was very upset. He said, by the way, what was Lord doing when you went over there? What was the Lord doing when you saw the Lord? He said, the Lord was putting an elephant to the eye of a needle. To the eye of a needle, the elephant the Lord was putting. He said, it is impossible. The cobblers, the Brahmana said, it is impossible for the Lord to put the whole elephant through the eye of a needle. When Narad Muni goes ahead, he speaks to the cobbler. And he asks the same question, what was my Lord doing when you saw him? He said, the Lord was putting the elephant through the eye of a needle. And the cobbler was jumping up and down, up and down. Yes, my Lord can do anything. My Lord can do anything. If a Lord can put the whole banyan tree in a seed, right? The whole banyan tree, where does the banyan tree come from?
Seed.
One seed. Where are all of us coming from? From one egg. Right? One egg. So if we can come from an egg, if a banyan tree can come from a seed, Lord can put an elephant through the eye of a needle. So the question which Dolly Mataji is asking about faith, how do we get faith? Faith begets faith. Faith begets faith. Ado Shraddha, tato sadhu sangha, tato bhajana kriya, tato anartha nivritti. This is the process given to us. Ado Shraddha means little faith. Ado Shraddha, tato sadhu sangha. When we are in association of devotees, क्या बढ़ता है अपना? विश्वास बढ़ता है. The faith in the Lord increases when we associate. When you play all day cricket or soccer or a particular game, your faith in that game increases. When you watch TV all day, your faith in TV increases. When you associate with devotees, your faith in the process of bhakti increases. So Prabhupada said, feed your faith and starve your doubts to death. I repeat, feed your faith and starve your doubts to death. These are the two things we have to do. This is a parallel path. So you continuously feed your faith. Apni shraddha badhate jao. Increase your faith little by little, little by little. And then starve your doubts to death. What is the job description of a sadhu? Sadhu does two things. He creates faith and he creates doubts. What does a saintly person do? He creates faith and he creates doubts. Because if we have doubts, then he will create faith. The more the faith he creates, the less the doubts. So this is the job description of a sadhu. So Prabhupada has given us so much of content to increase our faith that the doubts will automatically wipe off. So the answer to your question is, chant the holy name, chanting begets chanting, faith begets faith. इतना faith एक दिन में नहीं आएगा. One day में नहीं आएगा. But as you continue the process, I'll give you a very practical example and then we'll stop and then we'll start today's discussion. For example, Chinmay Prabhu comes and asks me, how do I go to Albert Park from here? Very simple question. He's coming for the first time. I tell him, go outside and take first right turn. What is the name of the road? Kangaroo Road?
Carlisle Crescent.
Carlisle Crescent. Then take a right. What is the name of that road?
That is Kangaroo Road.
That is Kangaroo Road. Then on the left, what is the road?
Porth Road.
Porth Road. So moment I tell Chinmay Prabhu, first left na Carlisle Road आएगा, second right में Kangaroo Road आएगा, third में Porth Road आएगा. Then what is the main road? North Road. North Road में सीधा सीधा जाओ प्रभु जी, and then you'll hit the beach road. Take a right on the beach road. After 3 kilometers, you'll see a Luna Park. After another kilometer on the left, you'll see a beach. Keep driving straight. Then you will find a sign called Albert Park Lake. Take a right turn. Every step, when I have said something and you see that mark, what happens to your faith?
Increases.
What happens loudly?
Increases.
Similarly, in the path of bhakti, we may be blind as of now, but everything what we are discussing, when you open your eyes, you will see this is the reality. I was taking illusion seriously, but I should take reality seriously. So we say, don't take illusion too seriously. Don't take illusion. What are we taking seriously now? Illusion. We take illusion seriously. Matter doesn't matter. But what does matter to us? Matter. Please be honest. Matter doesn't matter. Yes or no? But what matters to us right now? Matter. Illusion. We say don't take illusion too seriously. What are we taking seriously now? Illusion. So when we read Shastras, Shastra Chakshu, from the eyes of Shastra, you will see a different perspective of life. Okay? Alright, let's begin today's discussion. Alright, I'll request someone else to speak. Who can read? Where is my reader? Boy. Okay. Alright. So for devotees who are coming for the first time, we do two things. We read something on a book called Nama Amrita, which is the glories of the holy name. We read that for 10 to 15 minutes. We have a short discussion from 7:50 to 8:10. And then from 8:10 to 8:40, 8:45, we have a discussion on Bhagavad Gita. And 9 o'clock is the best part. Why? Prashadam. Alright. Next, let's go.
The holy name revives one's dormant, eternal Krishna consciousness. As a snake-bitten man is brought back to consciousness by the chanting of certain mantras, so one in the unconscious state of material life can be revived by hearing the Maha Mantra. In the Gauda Purana, the stress on hearing is expressed very nicely. It is said there, the state of conditioned life in the material world is just like a man lying unconscious, having been bitten by a snake. This is because both such unconscious states can be ended by the sound of a mantra. When a man is snake bitten, he does not die immediately, but first becomes unconscious and remains in a comatose condition. Anyone who is in the material world is also sleeping, as he is ignorant of his actual self or his actual duty and his relationship with God. So materialistic life means that one is bitten by the snake of Maya, illusion, and thus without any Krishna consciousness, he is almost dead. Now the so-called dead man bitten by a snake can be brought back again to life by the chanting of some mantra. They are expert chanters of these mantras who can perform this feat. Similarly, one can be brought back into Krishna consciousness from the deadly unconscious state of material life by hearing of the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So what are the important points? What is Prabhupada trying to say?
Without Krishna consciousness, you're pretty much almost dead.
Almost dead.
You are dead.
So without Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada said, you are dead. Why? What is the difference between a dead body and a live body? The consciousness, Atma, right? So Prabhupada is giving a very beautiful example of someone who's bitten by a snake. If someone is bitten by a snake, the way to bring them back from an unconscious state was by chanting some mantras. Similarly, right now, all of us, in one form or another, we are pretty much unconscious from a spiritual perspective. And when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra attentively, the love which is dormant in our heart automatically rises for the Lord, for the Creator and the creation. So the love of God is dormant in everybody's heart. भगवान के लिए जो प्यार है, the love of God is dormant in everybody's heart. We don't have to go outside to buy the love for God. The love for God is already there within our heart. But the problem is, it is covered at the moment. Can an iron be attracted to magnet? Yes or no? Yes. Can an iron be attracted to magnet easily? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. But the same iron, if it is rusty, can that same iron be attracted to the magnet? No. So what do we need to do for the iron rod to be attracted to magnet? Thank you. Clean the rust off. Similarly, currently, our consciousness is rusty. Our consciousness currently is rusty with material things. The only way to clean the rusty consciousness of the heart, the rusty consciousness of the mind, is by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The process is very simple. The process is very safe. The process is swiftest, and the process is very swift. 4S. Swift, safest, sweetest, and simple. And surest. Thank you. So बस just भगवान का नाम लो और भगवान के नाम में सब कुछ है. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra has all the potencies to awaken the dormant love which is in our heart for the Lord. Just by taking the holy name, we see the life is changing. And the proof of that is you figure out a person who is not chanting the holy name, and you see a person who is chanting the holy name. You don't even have to step outside. You ask people over here, when you start chanting the holy name every day, has your life changed or not? So, loudly.
Yes.
And you ask people, have your life changed if they're not chanting? They will also say, yes, because it's not changed. They're doing the same material activities, eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. But for a person who have started chanting the holy name, their life definitely changes. Of this, there is no doubt. And especially, the life changes when, you know how many times Arjun surrendered in Bhagavad Gita? Arjun surrendered in Bhagavad Gita twice. I don't know whether did I mention it over here or not.
Yes.
Arjun surrendered in Bhagavad Gita twice. First in 2.7, Karpanya dosho. Okay, so Arjun surrendered in the second chapter, 7th verse, and then what did he do? He started listening to Krishna. So the first surrender of Arjun was Shravanam. But then Arjun again surrendered to Krishna in 18th chapter, 66th verse. Sarva dharma parityajaya ma mekam sharanam vraja. After that surrender, what did Arjun do? Was he listening or was he performing? Performing. Thank you, Nidhi Mataji. After listening, if you don't perform, then that is not surrender. Kai baar, many times people come to satsang, they only listen. It is great start, very great start. But the actual surrender happens when you put things into action. So there are 3 phases of our life. One is a struggle phase, where we are going to work, we are going to uni, we are going to school, or whatever we do. That is a struggle phase to meet the 2 ends of our life. Correct? Yes or no? We all do that is a struggle phase. Then second phase of life is sense enjoyment. Movies, cricket, wasting time, prajalpa, news, anything which is not related to our eternal happiness. That is all called as sense enjoyment. So time waste karte hai log. That is sense enjoyment. But the third space is shelter space. Self-realization space. Where you are taking deep shelter of Krishna. You are taking deep shelter of sadhu. You are taking deep shelter of shastras. And following that. And you are following, just not listening, because Arjuna was listening. But when did he surrender actually? In 18th chapter, not in the 2nd chapter. So first we listen, but actual surrender happens when you perform action. For example, if your son comes and tells you, Mummy, bhook lagi hai, and you just listen to it, and if you don't do anything, will you be happy? Mothers, Priyanka Mataji, Vishali Mataji, if you Myra, sweetest Myra, comes and tells, Mummy, bhook lagi hai. And if you just listen to it, and if you don't do anything. Similarly, if we just listen, and if we don't act on it, then it is not surrender. And in the age of Kali Yuga, Prabhupada ji, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter 14th verse, Satatam kirto yanto mam. Constantly chant my holy name. Constantly. But Prabhupada ji, what did he say? Chant minimum 16 rounds. That is minimum rounds. It is not maximum rounds. So if we are struggling to chant 16 rounds a day, that means we are. Oh, I'll let you talk. If you are struggling to chant 16 rounds a day, what does it mean? Still in Maya. What else? Let's open up. हम अगर भगवान का नाम 2 घंटा भी नहीं ले सकते, what is it called?
Giving importance to all other things apart from.
So we are not taking Krishna consciousness seriously. Okay, what else? Let's be very honest. If we are not chanting 16 rounds a day,
ignorance.
We are ignorant. Thank you. What else?
Wasting our time.
Wasting our time. What else?
Getting there.
We're getting there. Okay, good. That's positive. Yes, that is good. That is positive. If we are not chanting 16 rounds a day,
Still to develop taste.
your journey.
Yeah, we haven't started the journey. Okay, yes.
Still to develop taste.
Still to develop taste. Does it mean when we are chanting 16 rounds, we have taste? No. Okay.
We still hold ego.
We still hold ego. Ahankar vibhut atma karta ham iti manyate. Thank you. This is the answer. This is the answer. Please give a round of applause for that. If we are not taking the process seriously, ahankar, I can figure out my way, Krishna. I don't need your help. That is the right answer. This requires humility to understand. This requires humility to understand. Because wisdom is not received, it is revealed. Wisdom, it is not received, it is revealed. What does it mean?
Experience it and you express it out.
Wisdom is not received. जितना भी बोलोगे अंदर नहीं
कहीं और
जाएगा.
से नहीं आएगी.
It's within you.
It is within us. Krishna consciousness is not something where you can go and buy from the market. It is within us. And the only way to awaken that dormant love of the God which everybody has, it is just by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, by serving the devotees. The whole philosophy is 3 things: Jeev Daya, Vaishnav Seva, and Nam Ruchi. This is the whole philosophy. You chant the holy name, you serve the devotees, and you protect people going into the wrong path. That is the whole philosophy. इसके आगे कुछ भी नहीं है. There's nothing more. You come after 5 years, we can still talk like this, and वही answer मिलेगा. Our whole philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses and Chaitanya Charitamrita of 12,000 verses and Bhagavad Gita of 700 verses will give you just these 3 things. Nam Ruchi, chant the holy name, Baba. That is the Yuga Dharma. Chant the holy name. There is no other dharma. भगवान के नाम में ही सब कुछ है. Jeev Daya, that means serve the devotees. Serve the devotees. Somehow or another we should do this. Right? And the best way to chant the holy name is E is equal to MC square. What does that mean? E is equal to MC square. Science students, are you? What is E is equal to MC square?
Energy.
From a physics perspective. Energy is equal to what? Maths.
Mass.
Mass into?
Speed of light.
Speed of light. Who said that? Thank you, Prabhuji. E is equal to MC square. So what is E for us? Elevation in Krishna consciousness is equal to morning chanting. भगवान को प्रायोरिटी दोगे तो भगवान आपको प्रायोरिटी देगा. Elevation in bhakti, elevation in Krishna consciousness is equal to MC square. Morning chanting. When you chant in the morning, square, Krishna will think this guy is giving me the first priority of the day. But when we chant in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night, we should chant. But the first priority, when we chant our first allocated rounds, like Sharat Prabhu and Mataji, it is I love the way they chant. Both of them, husband and wife, they get up, they chant together. This is so nice. A family which prays together, that stays together. Every day I see them, they're chanting next to each other so nicely. It doesn't matter if you're chanting 10 rounds or 16 rounds or 40 rounds, doesn't matter. The answer is not to be round conscious. The idea is to be Krishna conscious. We are not round conscious. Arey Baba, if you're not doing 16 rounds, nahin. 16 राउंड तो मिनिमम राउंड है, बट how are you doing it? फैमिली साथ में करेंगे ना, उसका मजा अलग है. One of the devotee was telling me, I will not name him. He said, I chant, and he comes to a Bhakti Vriksha. He said, I chant my 16 rounds in the morning, but I do one round with my family in the evening. And when I do that round with my family, कभी-कभी आंखों में से पानी आता है. It is so happy. I love seeing my family chanting together. And this is experience. As I said, Krishna consciousness is not a faith. Krishna consciousness is just not a belief. Krishna consciousness is experience. And to experience it, we have to follow the process as it is. Melody khao, good janja. We have to follow the process. Right? So as I said, there are two types of pain. What are the two types of pain?
Pain of regret and pain of getting up in the morning.
No, pain of discipline and pain of regret.
That was discipline.
Right? Pain of discipline or pain of regret. So pain of discipline is uncomfortable, but pain of regret will be unbearable. Pain of discipline is uncomfortable. So getting up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time. It is not comfortable. But pain of regret, at the time of death, you understand, everything what I have is going to be taken away from me in 1 second. And my life was meant for something else, and I spent my life for something else. That regret moment will be very, very painful. So we say, Prabhupada says, spiritual life is difficult, but material life is impossible. Spiritual life may be difficult, but material life is impossible. Imagine time and again you have to take a birth and die, and death and disease, birth and die, death and disease, again and again, and then finally you get this rare human form of body. And what are we using in this rare human form of body? Ahara nidra bhayam hai tumcha. Eating, mating, sleeping and defending. If we just spend our life in like this, then that pain of regret at the time of death will be unbearable. You know, people don't like to make the will. 72% in the people in the world, they don't make the will. Pata hai? You know, 72% of the people don't like to make wills. They die without making a will. And where there is a will, there are people behind it to take it. Yes or no? Where there is a will, there are people. And where there is no will, there are more people to take it. So people don't like to make a will. You know why? Because when you write a will, that means all my hard work, I'm giving it to someone. And one thing is for, हम जिसकी चिंता करते हैं वही चिता पे आग लगाता है. जिसकी चिंता करते हैं वो चिता पे आग लगाता है. Yes or no?
Yes.
किस आग लगाते हैं? जिसकी चिंता करते 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 हम सब कुछ छोड़ के जाते हैं, वही आग लगाते हैं. क्या जीवन है? Look at the reality of life, devotee. Wake up. जीव जागो गौर चंद्र बोले. This is the reality of life. जिसकी चिंता करते हैं अभिषेक प्रभु. Correct? Yes or no? अभिषेक प्रभु, मुखी प्रभु, कौन सी दुनिया में? जिसकी चिंता करते हैं वही चिता पे आग लगाएगा.
बुद्धि नहीं लगाएगा तो बॉडी सड़ेगी.
तो कौवा खा जाएगा, गीदड़ खाएगा.
अच्छा तो लगा देना.
But हम आग लगाने की बात नहीं है. With all due respect, but the point over here, Prabhuji, कि हम चिंता, we don't have to run away from our responsibility, but our accountability is something else. There's a difference between responsibility and accountability. We are responsible for our home duties, but we're accountable for something much higher. People ignore that. That's the message. Is it true or not? जिसकी चिंता करते दिन रात शाम सुबह, उसको अभी हम गुजराती में बोलते हैं. कोई गुजराती नहीं ना यहाँ पे. हाँ, दीपिका मैम, આપણે જેના પાછળ પડ્યા છે એની આપણે કોઈ નથી પડી. બરાબર. हम जिसके पीछे पड़े हैं उनको हमें हमारी कोई नहीं पड़ी है. यस और नो? दिन रात हम जिसके पीछे पड़े रहते हैं उनको हमारी कोई नहीं पड़ी है. लिख लो. You write it on your hand. जैसा अमिताभ बच्चन ने दीवार मूवी में लिखा था ना, मेरा बाप चोर है. ऐसा लिख लो अपने हाथ पे कि nobody cares for us. The moment you accept it, you will be liberated that day. I'll stop over here. You will be liberated that day. The moment you write it on your heart, nobody actually cares for me. मेरी मम्मी बहुत अच्छा चीज बोलती है. I'll stop that. My mom always say, आदमी को आदमी अच्छा नहीं लगता, आदमी का काम अच्छा लगता है.
मेरी भी मम्मी.
हाँ, आदमी को आदमी अच्छा नहीं लगता, आदमी का काम अच्छा लगता. The moment that person is not useful to us, whether that can be a husband, that can be a son or daughter or father or a mother, the moment they are not useful for us, ये कब जाने वाला है? This is the reality. कब जाएगा? How many more days in the hospital? This is the first question a son is asking about a father. How long will he stay so that I can go back to my work? सही है प्रभु जी? प्रदीप प्रभु क्या बोलते हैं? Anybody disagrees with this? But this is the reality, right?
Yeah.
आदमी को आदमी अच्छा नहीं लगता, आदमी का काम अच्छा लगता. The moment we don't, तो ये निकालो ना.
तो पहले वाला स्लाइड में जाइए तो. हाँ ये.
Okay.
Sorry, ऐसे.
I did explain this last time, and I'll share this in.
Just briefly.
Okay, so we have three fundamental books which we follow: Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. What is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita are the words of the Lord. भगवान की वाणी है. Srimad Bhagavatam is the activity of the Lord, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is the mind of the Lord. So we have access to Vani, to activity, and to the mind of the Lord. Everything is there. In spite of all of this, if we don't get into it, and if we don't come out of it, you have been given a treasure hunt बोलते हैं ना, स्कूल में treasure hunt होता था ना, तो पूरा map दिया हुआ है. And this is the map. So what Bhagavad Gita, what does it start? Can you read? Gita begin. Where does Bhagavad Gita begin?
You are not the body, you are an eternal spirit soul.
So this is the first instruction Guru gives to disciple. Krishna is giving to Arjun that आप एक शरीर नहीं एक आत्मा हो. Where does Bhagavad Gita end?
Abandon all varieties of religion and surrender upon to me.
Jai. Dolly Mataji, where does Bhagavatam begin?
Reject all cheating religion and get to the essence, bhakti.
What are the cheating religion? Dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. What do people really want in life? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This is what people want, right? This is what people want. But Bhagavatam, right up front, rejects dharma, cheating religion. Moksha, dharma, artha, kama, and dharma, artha, kama, moksha. All the four. Since no economic development, a devotee doesn't want economic development. Because why? It is temporary. A devotee doesn't want moksha. Devotee doesn't want cheating dharma. मैं हिंदू हूँ, मैं मुस्लिम हूँ, मैं क्रिश्चियन हूँ, मैं ईसाई हूँ. No, doesn't want. A devotee knows who he is. Where does Bhagavatam end?
Chanting the holy names is the means to destroy all sinful reactions.
The last verse of Bhagavatam, 12.12.23. Nama sankirtana yasya sarva papo pranasanam. That is the last verse of Bhagavatam. Nama sankirtana yasya sarva papo pranasanam. Just chant the holy name, all the sinful acts will go away. Where does Chaitanya Charitamrita begin? Gitash?
I will come to teach the process of chanting by practicing myself.
So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is a demonstrative God. Is an instructive God. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is saying, do this, do that. Krishna is very instructive. But Krishna comes in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a devotee of the Lord, and he's a demonstrative God. वो करके दिखाते हैं कि प्रैक्टिकल में भक्ति करी कैसे जाती है. Krishna is saying abandon all varieties of religion, but how to do it? What to do? Krishna says, but how to do? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. Okay? What is the last thing?
Sri Chaitanya forgot himself throughout the entire day and night, being merged in an ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna.
So when we chant the holy name of the Lord, as we just saw, when Kumaran Prabhu was in such a deep pain, but when he was in the mood of service, he forgot everything. When we have the love of God, we will forget everything and we will only think about God. You can ask any mother. A mother is always thinking about son. Mataji, Divya Mataji. Somehow or another, माँ का प्यार हमेशा बच्चों पे होता है ना. You don't have to teach them how to love. Similarly, once we start loving God, we will not have to be told what to do. That's the whole slide.
ये केवल snapshot में chat में डाल मैं save करूँगा.
Jai, I will do it.
Thank you.
Okay, now Sapan Prabhu, I need your help. How do I
drag it?
No, okay, perfect. Okay.
Second. Yeah.
So now let's read. Please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So we are reading from Sri Bhagavad Gita. Sri Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 3, Karma Yoga. Where do we have to start? 10? 9? 9. Okay. Pankaj Prabhu, can you read?
हम लोग पढ़े.
आप लोग पढ़ोगे. चलो आप पढ़ो. एडवांस की हुई है वो. पढ़िए दौली माता जी सब prepared students आ गए आज. The students are prepared.
यज्ञात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर.
Okay. Just read 9, 10 and 11, 3 verses.
Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage.
One more.
In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods along with sacrifices for Vishnu and blessed them by saying, "Be thou happy by this yagna sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation."
One last.
The demigods, being pleased by sacrifices, will always please you, and thus, by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all.
Jai. What are the important points? What is Krishna saying to Arjuna now? Yes, Nidhi Mataji.
So if you will not serve Vishnu Krishna, then you are serving Maya.
So you either serve Krishna or you either serve Maya. What is the problem of serving Maya?
You keep thinking about the things and you find yourself stuck in a situation where you don't have any control.
Okay.
So causes bondage.
Causes bondage. Thank you. That's the answer. So you get entangled. The idea is not to do good work. Please understand this very carefully. The idea is not to do good work, and the idea is not to do bad work. The idea of Bhagavad Gita is not to do good karma. The idea of Bhagavad Gita is not to do bad karma. Both are entangling. Both are bondage. What is Krishna telling Arjun? Don't do good karma. Don't do bad karma. Come out. Because when you do these two karmas, good karma and bad karma, both are entangling. But when you serve Vishnu as a sacrifice, you will be freed for all bondages. Is this making sense? This was very revolutionary to me when I heard it for the first time. Very, I couldn't digest for the first time, but it made a lot of sense. Because when you do good karma, you have to take a birth to enjoy the good karma. And when you do bad karma, you have to take a birth to suffer the bad karma. So So the idea of bhakti is not to do good karma. The idea of bhakti is not to do bad karma. It's to do akarma. And akarma can only be done when we do sacrifice for the satisfaction of Vishnu or Krishna. Is this making sense? समझ में आ रहा है? काम नहीं करना ये नहीं बोल रहे. We have to work. We cannot be idle. The soul is dynamic. Soul is not static. So we have to do something. So why not do it for Vishnu or Krishna? Because in that way we don't get any bondage, and it is for the satisfaction of the Lord. It is for the satisfaction of the Lord. And what is Krishna saying? Everybody are doing it. And by doing this you will be happy. Be thou happy by this yagna. Because sacrifice, by giving something to Krishna, it is a yagna. Yagna doesn't only mean that fire and Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. That doesn't only mean yagna. Yagna means to keep Krishna in the center of our activities. Yagna means to keep Krishna in the center of our life. That is yagna. Of course, having a yagna and saying some mantra and shloka, that is also a yagna. Once, this is a real life story, listen to this. Gaurang Prabhu from Chopadi said, I can't forget it, this is very hilarious. Once there was a wedding, and they called a South Indian Brahmin. And South Indian Brahmins are very famous for their shloka recitation. So this guy goes into a wedding and he starts performing the yagna. And he starts saying all the mantras. And then after a while, there was an ISKCON devotee, Gaurang Prabhu says, and he said, Prabhuji, the shlokas which you are saying, it is not for wedding, it is when people die. And nobody knew this. That guy is just saying shlokas after shloka, shlokas after shloka. And then the Brahman is saying, doesn't matter. ऐसा भी मरने वाला शादी के बाद. Right? So in this age of Kali, people don't understand any shlokas. But what do we think? कि घर पे पंडित को बुलाओ, यज्ञ कराओ, मंत्र बोलो, and nobody is talking about it. I remember when I came over here in 1999, I was invited in 2001, very early days of my uni student days, there was a yajna at a friend's house. Right? And believe me or not, there were 40 to 45 people, all the students hum log the. When there was a yajna going everywhere, everybody was standing outside, some were smoking, some were having alcohol. Only 3 people were inside, husband, wife and the purohit. And the moment the yajna finished, sabne apni daru chodi, cigarette chodi, everybody came inside. Why? Because people don't understand what is happening in shlokas. Yes or no?
Yes.
But we think that by having big mantras and shlokas, it is very purifying. That is the reason we say no mantra can go into our mind, only Hare Krishna mantra. Because that is direct understanding of the Lord's name. So all this big mantra, yes, it is important to do it. We don't deny that, but that will not help us. Because these mantras are for previous yugas. So Krishna is saying over here, by doing sacrifice as a performance, you will be happy. Right? And Krishna is saying about cooperation between men and demigods. Can you imagine? Cooperation between Devi, Devtas and human beings. This is 5,000 years ago. अभी तो 2 husband, wife और बीवी बच्चे में भी झगड़े होते रहते हैं. There's so many quarrels between men. Forget about fighting with Devis and Devtas. Every time there's something issues. Some issues another. Some issues another. So these are times for 5,000 years ago when people were cooperating with Devis and Devtas. How can we cooperate with Devis and Devtas? By serving them. By serving Devis and Devtas. We don't neglect them. We should never neglect any Devis and Devtas. We should respect everybody. Pandita Samadarshana. Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmini Gavini Hastini Suni Chena Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshana. 8th chapter, 5th chapter, 18th verse, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, treat everybody equally. So even Devi and Devtas are very, very exalted devotees. So Krishna is saying, cooperate with them. Cooperate means, cooperate ka meaning है, follow the instructions. Alright, we'll do two more verses, which are the key verses for today's discussion. 12 and 13. Who can read? Yes, Dhruv Maharaj, my morning reader.
Charge of the various necessities of life. In charge of the various necessities. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods being satisfied by the performance of human sacrifice will supply all necessities. He who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief.
Certainly a thief. Okay, next.
The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prefer food for a person's sense enjoyment verily eat only sin.
Jai. So what is the message over here in the 13th verse?
Bhoga.
Bhoga. And when you don't offer bhoga, you are eating sin. Why is it called eating sin if you don't offer a bhoga?
Because it's for personal gratification.
For personal sense gratification. So the idea of Krishna consciousness is not to turn people into vegetarian. The idea of Krishna consciousness is to make people Krishnatarian. What is the difference between vegetarian and Krishnatarian?
Yeah, for
Krishna
we eat
that
first.
since Krishna eats, whatever Krishna eats, we eat that. If he would have been eating non-vegetarian, I would have eaten non-vegetarian. So it's whatever he eats, we as devotee will eat that.
चाय जो मालिक खाएगा वो नौकर एक्सेप्ट करेगा. So in the process of bhakti, whatever we cook, we offer it to Krishna and then only honor it as his remnants. But Krishna doesn't say that I eat meat. ये करो ना प्रभु जी नीचे आ रहा है बाहर बाहर. Very humble, very humble.
छोटा कर दो वेट पीछे रहेगा.
हाँ, that's perfect. Talking about humility. ऊंचाई नहीं बढ़ती कद बढ़ाने से. ऊंचाई नहीं बढ़ती कद बढ़ाने से. What does कद का मतलब? Height. We used to go and stand next to a mother of daddy ना. क्यों मैं तेरे से लंबा हो गया, तेरे से लंबा हो गया. So ऊंचाई नहीं बढ़ती कद बढ़ाने से. ऊंचाई बढ़ती है सर झुकाने से. ऊंचाई बढ़ती है सर झुकाने से. So whenever we come, we offer obeisances to deities first. We should always take a humble approach in life, like this mic. Alright, this is better. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice. So what is the main point over here? What is a learning for us? The process of Krishna consciousness is not to convert people into vegetarian. The process of Krishna consciousness is to make people Krishnatarian. Why? We are not even talking about eating meat. Eating meat, obviously, animals are not dead stone. But people who kill animals and eat, their heart is stone-hearted. Their heart is stone-hearted. There are 7 types of people who get sin in eating meat. Are you ready? Yes, Mataji. What are the 7 types of people who get sin? जो बनाता है, so someone who cooks the food, they get a sin. Someone who delivers the food, they get a sin. जो उगाता है, someone who grows the animals to kill them, they get it. जो serve करता है, the transport, and the one who eats. 7 type of people get sin. You accept it or you don't accept it. 7 type of people get sin just by eating, cooking, transporting, selling, touching. So a devotee is never involved into all of these activities. Right? If someone is eating non-veg in front of us, what do we do? Is that a question? It's your prerogative. What would you like to do? Why should we sit in someone who's killing and eating? Wait the purse. It's a very अपनी maturity. It's our own maturity in Krishna consciousness. If you're preaching to them, Mataji, if you're talking about Krishna to them, then eat and talk. Right? That is our philosophy. If you can give Krishna while they're having meat, sit over there and talk about Krishna consciousness. But if you're sitting and just talking worldly things, why waste time? So the process of Krishna consciousness, as we said, whatever we cook, we offer it to the Lord. Anything and everything, but it should be as per Krishna's recommendation. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayashtati. So Krishna says in the 9th chapter, 9th chapter, 26th verse, what does he accept? Patram. What does patram mean by? Leaves. Patram, pushpam, food. Patram, pushpam, phalam, and toyam. What are the 4 things? Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Out of 4 things, 3 things are grown from where? Tree. Out of 4 things, 3 things are coming from where? Patram,
Tree.
pushpam,
Tree.
phalam.
Tree.
Why tree?
Because of earth.
Because of earth. Why? What else? Why tree?
Krishna in the form of the Tulsi manifestation is plant.
No, because of the rains, and rain is connected to Vishnu. Isn't that what?
Why tree? Out of 4 things, Krishna is accepting 3 things from a tree. Why? Who said that? Who said tolerant? Yeah, please give a round of applause to the people. Tree is an emblem of tolerance. Tree is an emblem of tolerance. When it's too hot, go and sit in the shade. Tree will not say anything. You take a fruit, tree will not say anything. You cut the tree, tree will not say anything. Till the last breath, tree is always happy to serve. So Krishna says, loves trees. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said many times, we should be tolerant. What is the 3rd verse? What is the 3rd verse of Shishtastakam? Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi saheshuna amani manadena kirtanyas. Trinadapi. Somehow, there's 2 things Krishna loves, being tolerant and being humble. Unless we are not tolerant and unless we are not humble, we cannot chant the holy name of the Lord, and when we cannot see compassion in others. So, chanting the holy name and killing animals, they don't go hand in hand. Religious life and sinful life cannot go in parallel. I had in my previous Bhakti Vriksha, I had one of Punjabi banda aata tha. Unka naam tha Sumit, abhi bhi hai. Now he's initiated. So Sumit Prabhu at that time he said, Prabhuji, you know Sumit Prabhu, right? Prabhuji, आप कुछ भी बोल दो, हम पंजाबी है और चिकन तो मैं नहीं छोड़ पाऊंगा. He said to me very within few weeks he said, Prabhuji, everything what you're saying is right, but Prabhuji, chicken and peanut, very difficult. He said to me very clearly. I said, Prabhuji, don't worry. Don't worry. You just chant the holy name. You just chant the holy name. And automatically, if you love having meat or chicken, abhi jitna khana utna kha lo. But Bhagwan ka naam lo. And believe me or not, within 6 to 7 weeks, he said, Prabhu, man nahi karta. Abhi man nahi karta. Why? Because the chanting of the holy name within the heart will transform you.
Higher taste.
Higher taste. Param drishtva na nivartate. When you chant the holy name, then automatically all the lower taste will go away. We don't have to make separate endeavors. And when we were talking about the 7 things, no? This is a real.
I know you said the story.
I said, na?
Egg pizza delivery.
Uber. Achha, I did say, na?
Yeah.
One of the members, at that time, he just heard this, 7 people get sin, his wife was pregnant, and unfortunately he lost a job, so he was doing Uber delivery, Uddha Prabhu. And he left that job also next day, Uber delivery. Wife is not working, and because you get a sin because of Uber delivery, he left that job and he didn't even come and tell me, "Okay, Prabhu, I'm leaving my job because this is very sinful." And after 6 to 8 weeks, he said to me, and I really paid obeisance to him. He left a job, wife is not working, but he took the words of Shastras so much in his heart. Believe me or not, next year, the amount of money which he made, an average person can't even think the amount of money which he made. Krishna reciprocated so nicely with him because he reciprocated to Krishna. He said, "You told me not to eat sin, touch me, I will not touch it." He didn't work. The wife is pregnant with the first son. Rental house. Can you imagine? And this is new Bhakti Vriksha, like, very, very early days of our Bhakti Vriksha. Nanu Mataji was there, right? So chanting is the medicine and prasadam is the diet. When we go to the doctors, we have a homeopathy doctor over here. Right? They will immediately say, "Do this and eat this." Doctor bolte na, the moment you are sick, doctor will say, "Take this medicine and have diet control." You do these things, 2 things. Chanting, you chant the holy name and you offer bhoga to Krishna and you see how your life changes. Whatever we cook at home, that can be offered. That whatever we cook at home. Because why should we offer it to Krishna? Because Krishna is accepting it. The process of spiritual life is to convert material things into spiritual things. You put iron over there and iron रखने के बाद 10 मिनट के बाद सोना हो जाएगा, तो रखोगे या नहीं रखोगे? सोच रहे लोग, अरे बाप रे. You go and put stone in front of the Lord. In 15 minutes, that stone gets converted into diamond. Will you put stones or not? Please be honest with yourself. Yes? This is much higher than that. How long can a diamond last? How much happiness can a diamond give? But you put the bhoga in front of the deities and you taste the same rice after 15 minutes. How 9 months हो गए ना यहाँ पे? 9 months से प्रसादम में किसी को कोई दिक्कत हुई है? Did we have thinking of the prasadam any problems? Yes or no? No. Please say yes. No. Please say no, because we have Neela Mataji and Veena Mataji cooking from the heart. Last 9 months, no onion, no garlic, cooking for 80 to 100 people every week without tasting. And when we serve it, कभी कोई problem हुआ है? So without onion and garlic, food is more better or not? When I started going to ISKCON, जो ISKCON का जो हलवा होता था, it is the best. Yes or no?
Yes.
I asked the brahmachari, his name is Brahmakund. What is his name? He was in Saffron, he moved to New Zealand now. I said, my mother used to cook the same halwa, but this taste impossible. Yes or no? Same halwa we cook at home, and the same halwa in the temple is completely different. I said, what do you put in it? And he told me one thing which I can never forget. He said, when you offer something to Krishna, उनकी लाड बोलते ना, what is लाड? Saliva. भगवान का saliva खाने में जाता है. And वो जो मिठास आती है, the sweetness of the food, the sweetness of prasad is because of the saliva of Krishna is going into the food. Is prasadam sweet or not? Yes. But the more we have, the more we get purified internally. The more we have, the more we get purified internally. So why should we eat meat? What is the reason? What is the reason? There's a very famous person called Paul McCartney. He said once, if the slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would be vegetarian. If the slaughterhouses would be with glass walls, everybody would be vegetarian. Everything would be vegetarian. And while we were just coming, just now, my wife was saying, Australians spend so much of money on alcohol and on smokes and meat. And what are the 4 regulative principles which I've been told we should follow? No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. I can write it. If you start following these 4 principles, you will have so much of healthy mind, wealthy bank balance, and peaceful life. I remember when I couldn't control not having coffees. Anybody addicted to coffee? Please put your hands up.
I was.
Huh? I was working in IBM. I can still remember. I was working in IBM, Southgate, and if I wouldn't have coffee first thing in the morning, I can't. ऐसा लगता था कि इतना headache हो जाता था. So much of headache if I don't have coffee in the morning. And Melbourne is the coffee capital of the world. And I struggled to leave. And once Jagannath Ramprabhu, he told, our devotee is not dependent on caffeine. Our devotee is dependent on Krishna. It hit me. A devotee is not dependent on caffeine. A devotee is dependent on Krishna. That hit me. But after that, it took a little while for me to give up coffee. You stop having coffees, you save $10-15 a day. You stop having meat, you save money. You stop having alcohol, you save so much of money. And you eat food at home, healthy, wealthy, and wise. One thing which I have noticed in my life, you follow these 4 regulative principles, live life wisely, you can buy 1 investment property every 2 years. Mano ya na mano? Abhi 3 saal ho jayega because of property rates. And I'm talking about my good old days. You just save money by following these 4 regulative principles, and you will have savings in your bank for sure.
Deposit katwa
Deposit. I'm not talking about you buy $1 million. Deposit 10% deposit चाहिए ना घर खरीदने के लिए.
है हो गया.
नहीं अब तो 5 भी चलता है.
चलो 5 भी चलता है. तो 2 घर हो जाएंगे. Every 2 years you can buy 2 houses. सपर प्रभु की जय.
15% गवर्नमेंट दे रही है.
अच्छा is it? Okay. So by following these 4 regulative principles, coffee, ये बाहर का खाना पीना सब छूट जाएगा. घर का अच्छा खाना मिलेगा. और क्या चाहिए जीने के लिए? So whatever you cook, Krishna is saying, if you eat vegetarian food, that is sinful. Forget about eating meat. Even if you eat vegetarian food, what is Krishna saying?
If it is not offered, it is sin.
If it is not offered, it is sin.
If it is not offered, it is a sin. So the choice is ours. It is our choice. You cook. We are not telling people not to eat. We are not telling people not to eat. But eat, but offer and eat. That is the proposition. Yat kurosi, yat asnasi, yat juhosi, tatasi yat. Yat tapasya setu kaunteya, mat kurana arpana. Arpana. Krishna says, whatever you eat, whatever you give away, whatever austerities you do it for me alone. 9th chapter, 27th verse Bhagavad Gita. So that's where we are. So the process of Krishna consciousness is very simple, and I'll stop over here in 1 minute. So I think I remember speaking over here or somewhere else. There are 6 levels where we can connect to Krishna. There are 6 levels. Wait, did I speak?
You spoke at someone's house because I watched
Dilip Prabhu's house.
Okay.
Level 1 to level 6.
So there are 6 levels to get connected to Krishna. I'll quickly repeat. It's always better to have a refresher. First level is?
First day of week to God.
Give first day of your week to Krishna. Pick a day. Go to the temple. Do aarti. Have prasadam. Stand in front of the deities. Bhagwan ke samne khade raho. Go and stand in front of the deities. See your heart changes. So come to the temple. Have sadhu sangha. Have prasadam. Attend the aarti and look at the deities. That is level 1 association. Level 1. Then what is level 2? First hour of the day. When you get up, give 1 hour of your day. Chant the holy name. If you're getting up at 7 o'clock, get up at 6 o'clock. If you're getting up at 6 o'clock, get up at 5 o'clock. It is not important what time you get up. It is important what time you sleep. So give the first 1 hour of the day to Krishna. That is the second level of connection to the Lord. Third level.
First plate of food.
First plate. Whatever you cook at home. Vegetarian, of course. Offer it to Krishna. Bhog lagao. Thakur ji khayenge. Convert material things into spiritual things. Get your kids involved. This lovely Myra can go and offer bhoga. Right? Let the kids go and stand in front of the God. Let them offer bhoga to Krishna. Siya can go. Just chant Hare Krishna mantra. Krishna will accept it. You can see your kids transforming, the food transforming from material to spiritual. Why not? Do it. The fourth level.
Some portion from earnings to.
Now it's going to be difficult. Now it's going to be difficult. Give some portion of the Lakshmi, what you make, to Krishna. Whatever. Give something back to the person who's giving you everything. Whatever you can afford. Give something back. Fifth level, level 5.
Keep Krishna in center of all these things.
That is the sixth. That is sixth. The next level is very important. Whenever you take a decision in life, see whether that decision is taking you closer to Krishna or not. Changing jobs, changing location, whatever you're changing, doing, anything, will this help me to be more Krishna conscious or not? Buying a house, if the house is far away from temple, no, I will downsize, but my mandir nahi chhodunga. If by changing a job is giving me $20,000 pay rise, but that is going to impact my sadhana, I don't want that $20,000 pay rise. I will not go to India, I will cut down my expenses, but I will live a very simple life. I don't want that $20,000, but I want to spend more time in sadhana. Keep Krishna in the center of making decisions. And level 6.
First place in the heart.
Give first place in your heart to Krishna. Think about how much Krishna is helping us every moment. Moment to moment. So these are the 6 levels. So people say this is Kali Yuga, but we say this is Katha Yuga. Just by hearing Katha of Krishna, we can change a life. With this, we'll stop over here. Any comments, corrections, questions from what we have discussed? Yes.
I was listening to something. Can I share?
Yes, please.
And this was on verse 3.9. And the Guru Maharaj said over there, the person who was speaking said over there that, बचपन से हमको सिखाया जाता है कि कर्म करो, कर्म करो, कर्म करो. And we keep all working like dogs and bulls. We keep working. But no one tells कि क्या कर्म करना.
What to do?
क्यों करना है, किसके लिए करना है. And then he said, whatever we do, we have to do the karam keeping Krishna in the center, back to your point. And that was really hard hitting because I spent a lot of years of my life just working without thinking, why I'm doing this.
Yes. Can we all relate to this?
Yes.
No. Someone has told us, just keep doing it. I keep saying this about the lie, the truth, the tradition, and the culture. So it's very, very times I want to be. So we should understand, what am I doing? 3 things. What am I doing? Why am I doing? And how am I doing? If 3 things, if you can answer yourself, what am I doing? How am I doing? And why am I doing? That will open a world of different paradigms. Okay, quick announcements. This Sunday, it is Ekadashi. Ekadashi is a day to have Sabudana. It's a fun day. Right? Ekadashi is a day where we introspect and increase our sadhana. So, the best thing to do is increase the sadhana. Wherever you are, if you're not chanting 16 rounds, try to increase 2 rounds, 1 round, 4 rounds, and then be consistent. How many of you can increase 2 rounds of on this Ekadashi? Please, one round, chalo, one round. Please raise your hands. Everybody will increase one round? Promise? Yeah. So wherever you are, if you're chanting one round, chant 2 rounds. If you're chanting 2 rounds, chant 3 rounds. किसके लिए कर रहे हो? अपने लिए कर रहे हो. Chant 1 round. And for people who are here for the first time, if you can chant, why not? On Ekadashi, if you all can come, Ekadashi is on a Sunday, it comes in once in 4 or 5 months. This Sunday it is Ekadashi, uske baad kab Sunday Ekadashi aega we don't know. So all of you, if you can come this Sunday to Mangla Aarti, it is called Maha Mangla. All of you come at 4:15, 4:20 a.m. to the temple like our Ram, Lakshman and Sita. We have Ram, Lakshman and Sita. Chinmay Prabhu, Nidhi Mataji and Amit Prabhu came. Amit Prabhu comes. I know many people comes. So this Sunday, come with your family. Right? अगर सोना डोनेट नहीं कर सकते हो तो सोना डोनेट करो. If you cannot donate gold, come से कम donate little bit sleep for your own self. So come to the temple from 4:30 and stay till 9:30. Do Mangla Aarti, chant your 16 rounds, stay there for the 7 o'clock darshan, attend the Bhagavatam class, have breakfast in the temple and experience Krishna consciousness. Experience Krishna consciousness. क्या चाहिए? माइक चाहिए. Next, 26th of May, which is next Sunday, all of us are going for badminton and table tennis at MSAC. So if you are interested, please come. And if you're not interested, create interest and then come. So please come for badminton and table tennis. So the idea is not only badminton and table tennis. Come to temple at 7 a.m. We do Shringar Aarti together. We attend the Bhagavatam class together. We have breakfast together. Then we go and play table tennis and then badminton. And come back again for 12:30. We do the 12:30 Aarti. We have Rajbhog, lunch, and then we go home. So that's a full program. Right? It's just not table tennis. And we spoke about Bhakti Vriksha anniversary, which is okay, 1 day for Krishna. 1 day for Krishna. So on 9th of June, which is a Sunday, and what is 10th of June? Kiski birthday? Raja ki birthday, right? Which shouldn't matter to us. So our Raja is Krishna. So 9th of June from 4:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. 1 day for Krishna. From 4:30 to 9:30 we have a full-on program. So if you can come, please come and join us. And if you don't have the details, let me know. 1 day for Krishna. Give experience the whole day for Krishna in association of devotees. Okay? Do you have the program of what we are speaking about? No?
I think you did before, but where to register?
I'll share this information once again
Should I tell
tonight.
you or
We have a group and already people have joined and already booking was closed on Wednesday, 16th of May. But that's okay. If you want to still join, please come. Right? 1 day for Krishna from 4:30 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. Amit Prabhu is coming. Who else is coming from here? Okay, only Dolly Mataji is coming. So please come. Give 1 day to Krishna and see how that day looks like in the life of a devotee. Shweta Mataji, आइए. Please come. पूरा दिन साथ में रहेंगे भक्तों के साथ. Yes. Okay. Narasimha Chaturdashi. So next Wednesday, it is the appearance of Narasima's birthday. Would you like to come to Narasima's birthday?
Yes.
Yes. Would you like to come?
Yes.
So please come with your family. It is Lord Narasima's appearance day and it is an afternoon program. So from 4 p.m. till 7:30 p.m. So you don't have to bunk the school or job. Office khatam karo, come to temple, have prasadam, do enjoy the abhishek, stay in the temple and take prasadam home for next day morning. Raj Prabhu is very kind. Raj Prabhu, sabko prasadam milega? Right. Chalo, done. We don't have Dilip Prabhu, so we just do prasadam praise. Is here? Okay. Okay. नहीं महाप्रसाद
महाप्रसादे गोविंदे
महाप्रसादे गोविंदे
नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे
नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे
स्वल्पा पुण्यव्रतं राजं
स्वल्पा पुण्यव्रतं राजन्
विश्वासो निर्वजायते
विश्वासो निवजायते
शरीराय विद्याजाय
शरीराय विद्याजाय
जोरेन्द्रियता है काल
चोरेन्द्रियता है काल
जीवे प्रेरित सारे
जीवे प्रेरित सारे कामधि जीव आदि लोभो मोह सुधर्मति संसारे कृष्ण बारो दोया मोय शरीराय जीवा जाय से नामृत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेम लाखो चैतन्य माय
जय निकाय
जय निकाय जय निकाय
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
हरे
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे हरे